Estreou nessa semana o documentário Dior e Eu, que mostra os detalhes mais secretos da primeira coleção de alta costura do estilista Raf Simons para a Maison Christian Dior. O filme foi gravado em 8 semanas, que foi o tempo que o estilista teve para criar toda a coleção.
My Dior is my Dior is my Dior is my Dior.
O Frederic Cheng é diretor do documentário Dior e Eu, que desvenda quase que de maneira inédita a Maison Dior e todo o processo criativo. I'd like to know, how did you get to do this documentary to get into the intimacy of Maison Dior?
It came through a meeting on the last film that I worked on, Diana Vreeland, The Eye Has to Travel. We had a screening in Paris and I met someone at Dior. Dior was going through a transition period because John Galliano had left the company a year before and they still hadn't announced like the new designer, and so I was very curious about who was going to be the new designer. And I did a little bit of research and I realized that Raf Simons was one of the names that was being, predicted. First, you look at him. I mean, you look at the pictures of him. He doesn't look like the typical fashion designer. He looks very restrained, very modest.
Yeah.
He dresses like a priest, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
He's not the stereotypical image of the fashion designer.
Raf wasn't the obvious candidate. People said, oh, he's a minimalist.
I was attracted to sort of a film as a meditation of the creative process and how many people it involves and how collaboration works in a fashion house. And so that's what I proposed to Raf Simons and to Dior. It was a little complicated because Raf is very press shy.
Yeah.
And so in the beginning he said no. He said, no way.
No way.
No way. And I sent him a little letter explaining what I was thinking about for the film, and then he said, maybe. He said, why don't you come for a week and we'll try.
I never give up until the first girl is on stage.
It is a documentary, but sometimes it looks like a fiction, because your camera sometimes looks invisible.
First, I wanted it to look like fiction. I've always been attracted to fiction film, and so I would tell my cameraman or I would tell my soundman, make it look like a thriller, make it look like an action movie.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look like a Michael Mann movie,
Wow.
with lots of action and very close to the faces, to the emotions. I told him that the very concept of the film was to put him on an equal footing with the other people that he works with. Yeah. I wanted to give equal time to the seamstresses and to Peter, his right-hand man.
Yeah.
I wanted an egalitarian sort of film where everybody had an equal say in the process, because I felt that's how it actually works,
I wanted to be dynamic because I find women very dynamic.
Have you discovered who is Raf Simons? Because he's so shy.
I think I have. I mean, I think he's very shy, but he's also I found him very curious and welcoming and warm, actually. During the filming, we understood each other from a distance. We didn't have that much interaction. And then after the film was finished, Raf called me and said, congratulations, I wanted to call you and I think now we can be friends, now that the film is finished.
Ik zet dan wel helemaal mijn goesting op het moment